Hey YouTube, what's up? To all my subscribers, I'm back again. How you guys doing? Well, I'd like to get into it with another new topic at hand. And while we're at it, thank you for welcoming me back. Let's get right into it, shall we? Well, the topic I'd like to discuss is about lying. And the reason why I wanted to discuss this topic at hand is simply because of the fact that this is something that took me a while to realize. But I've noticed that people like being lied to. Because if the truth actually hurts, then they're gonna react negatively when you tell them the truth when the reality actually hurts. However, when you lie to them, they don't react negatively. They react very positively, or they react in a very nonchalant manner. But I will say this though: people like being lied to. They love it more than anything. It's I compare it to Stockholm syndrome, and I think it's safe to assume that people like to feel good, and they like being deceived, and they like being fooled. Because when people are being lied to, they get a sense of power, they have a sense of relief, and when it comes to lies, it creates a sense of bliss for the individual in particular. And the truth is something that will always hurt. It's not something you're willing to face so easily. This is what I've noticed from personal experience. Not that I like being lied to. The way I see it is that when someone is told the truth, it's better to face the pain now than later, because it's kind of like you're piling on tons and tons of poison, or a whole bunch of baggage when it comes to the lies. When the lies start to stack up and the truth is revealed much later, it pretty much explodes in your face like a grenade, which is going to be more painful then than now. It's easier to face the pain now versus facing it later, because when all that piles up, like I said, it explodes. It's like a nuclear bomb that goes off on you. That's devastating pain right there that I don't think anybody wants to face. So when it comes to the truth itself, it's safe to assume that it's better to face the pain now than later, because of the explosive conclusion in the end, ramification, if I should say. But people like being lied to. If people didn't like being lied to, propaganda wouldn't exist. If people hated lies being told to them, then we wouldn't have people falling for commercials. And also, we wouldn't have people, falling for, retails, being, lured in by sales, like on Black Friday. Retail sellers probably wouldn't even exist, because retail sellers, they'll tell you something just so they can make money by selling a product. Make money selling a product. That's Retail in itself is not really that much of an honest business. But if you're an honest salesman, not only is that a rare quality, but that's actually commendable. But the majority of retail sellers are not exactly honest people. Without lies, if lies never exist in this world, we wouldn't have commercials, we wouldn't have propaganda, we wouldn't have advertisements that just want to get you to buy something just so they can make money off of you. And we wouldn't feel so good about hearing something that sounds good to us. People also like being lied to because they prefer to hear something that sounds good versus facing the truth, which can actually hurt them in the long run. But what people don't realize is that it's better to be hurt now than being hurt later on. I mean, just look at these people who have been through abusive relationships and who continue repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. If you really stop to think about it, just like how these guys out there who have trust issues with women, how these girls out there who have trust issues with men, they go for the same guys over and over again because they like to feel good in the moment, and they're hurt by these people because that's all they know. So when they hear these promises from these abusive spouses that they're with, at the end of the day, they like the words that make them feel good. Because it's like I said, I've said this before, not in my videos, but in my personal life. You can control how words actually affect you, but actions are what make a bigger impact than words. Because it's all a matter of substance over more so than showing. It's a matter of substance. It's not a matter of all show and no substance. It has to be showing and substance. And lies are the same thing. Lies and truth, it's kind of a gray area there, and you kind of compare the two analogies in a way. But people really like being lied to. But for others out there who say that they don't, I think it's just time to stop listening to propaganda and stop, believing all these commercials. And you can't always believe everything you see on TV, for example, because a lot of what they show you is nothing but lies on TV, and not everything you see is real. You have to question that. And like whether it's the news or other forms of propaganda or some left-wing, alternative right-wing radio shows or whatever it is, why do you think these celebrities out there, they get a lot of viewers for their radio shows, especially when they have political content or content that discusses social issues? Plain and simple. Because of the fact that they like being lied to. Because the words that they say, it makes them feel good when they hear it. That's why whatever they're passionate about, it kind of resonates with people. People like being lied to, and I don't know why people act like they hate it. Because if you tell somebody the truth that's going to hurt them, they'll react better if you lie to them. That right there is a fact. You can keep a secret for 10 years and then tell that same person 10 years later the real truth. At the end of the day, they will still react negatively to you, and they will never forgive you. At least, so they say in the moment. But at the end of the day, that seems to be human nature. And we have to push ourselves to think above and beyond this simplistic way of thinking. But most of us are not willing to do that. We like to be in the here and now, even whether it feels good or not. And if people do not like being lied to, why are people also willing to buy these supplements that involve from these commercials that say you can lose 50 pounds in 1 week or whatever it is? That's a fact. No question about it. Thank you for listening.